Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. We're here with my bestie Mandy. Sorry.
And I'm here with my bestie Jessica, who is still a little red.
I'm very red still. Yeah. Okay, well, this video is a little different. I think this is going to be fun. I'm really excited for this one. But Mandy,
Me too.
So tell them what we're doing today.
Okay, I, like you, am very excited about this video. We are taking the posts, like it's inspired by the posts that you may have seen where people are like the first book they read by an author and their favorite book. So we're doing a video of first and favorites. And we have gone through all of our Goodreads to find the authors that Jessica and I both have read the most of. And so we have quite a few. And we're very, very excited about this. And we've talked about who we had, so we know that, but we don't know, like some books we know the first, but we haven't talked about who's going to do what. So there might be some where we both have the same first book or we have the same favorite.
Yeah.
And I am really excited.
I am too. It's going to be,
going to say how many books by that author we have read.
Yes. And some authors are really popular authors that you guys are going to see out there, and some are the not as popular authors. But we have quite the list here. We're just going to give like a quick, these are the tropes, or this is what this book is, but we're not going to give you guys a full synopsis of what the book is about because we don't have time for that.
Yes. So we hope you enjoy this. We're very excited about it. And then we're hoping to do maybe one or two more of these, but we've called them our personal books. But where it's like I've read a bunch of this author that Jessica's maybe never read or only read one or two, and vice versa. So we plan to do a couple more of these. So if you like this one, let us know below in the comments. And as always, we'd love it if you would subscribe and like our video. And again, comment. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. Okay.
You ready?
Ready. Okay. So, go for it. Who's our first author?
Our first... Oh, your fan's going and your hair is blowing.
I know. It's too... Like, I can't have the AC going all the time when we're recording because it's just too loud. So, I am 45. I need a fan. It's warm here for us. For us, it's warm. So,
I love the heat. But I also have AC.
Yes, and mine's a window unit, so no.
Oh, you got it. Jeff finally did it.
Finally, but he hasn't done it in the kitchen yet. And I'm like, I have to stand out here and cook for all of you people. Put the stinking air conditioner in the kitchen because that cools the rest of the house. He's like, it needs to be cleaned. It's been in the garage. No, duh. I do it every year. Put it out there.
Why doesn't he clean it? What is wrong with him? Goodness.
He's
husbands.
Anyhow, let's talk about our first author.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have a really good comeback for this that my hairdresser shared with me when her husband asked her to do something and she was in the middle of doing something and she's like, I guess I need a bigger plate. And he's like, what? And she's like, I have a plate that is already full of stuff that I have to do and it's overflowing. So apparently I need a bigger plate.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like that. We actually had a little come to Jesus moment on Friday because I worked all day. My husband works 4/10, so he is off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's within the last year this has happened. And so he still
loves Fridays.
No, because he's home and he's driving me nuts. But I tell him, I'm like, okay, on Fridays, you're the house husband. Like, he's always joked that he wanted to be a stay-at-home dad. So I'm like, all right, fine. You get to be the house husband instead of the housewife being home. Well, I'm working and I'm at the warehouse and it was a very long day. We have a huge shipment that came in. And I get in the car to come home at like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, so what's for dinner? He's like, I don't know. What are you making? You failed. You have failed, buddy. You have failed so hard. Are you just standing around waiting for me to feed you? So we had to have a little chat about when mama is working all day long, that's not going to fly. And he's fully capable of cooking. The man was single for 37 years. I just spoiled him by being a stay-at-home mom for all these years. And now that I'm not, here we are. So,
all right.
Men. Okay, let's talk about some fictional ones.
Squirrel. All right.
Okay.
Well, this should be like right out the gate. Here we go.
Okay.
BJ Alpha.
Okay, how many BJ books have you read?
8.
I've read 18.
I knew you were going to be really high.
All but one. I mean, she's got some novellas out there, too, that I haven't read, but I'm going to do that this week. Okay, so what was your first BJ book?
Cal. which is probably your first.
Yeah, Cal.
Okay.
Cal was my first. This was her first book ever. This is the first book she wrote. This is a part of her Mafia series. It is a secret baby Mafia situation. So great. Loved it. Your favorite BJ book?
Deception.
Okay. Mine is Veiled in Hate. Okay, so what's Deception?
So Deception, and I'm forgetting the guy's name, but the tropes are basically he's Mafia. He is 18, but he has grown up in the Mafia world. So he is very alpha, very Mafia, made man type situation. And he has had a crush on the police chief's wife for a very long time. And he is determined to make her his because they have separated. And he is making his move.
Yep.
Oh, loved it.
So
good.
Veiled in Hate, again, Mafia. This is our hero and our heroine, their families are at war. They hate each other. It is a forced marriage, and they hate each other. And it lasts for quite a lot. It's very angsty. It's so good.
I need to read that one.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Okay, next we have Penelope Douglas.
Oh, okay.
I've read 6.
I've read 5.
I thought it would have been higher. I was surprised by that.
No. So I'm really curious. What was your first Penelope book?
You already know.
Do I? I mean, it feels like, because I read her back in 2020, and then I told you about her. So I don't, I really had to go look. I thought what I thought was my first book was not my first book by Penelope, which was very interesting. So.
My first is also my favorite, Birthday Girl.
Okay. My first is Credence.
Really?
I read it before Birthday Girl, and I thought I read Birthday Girl first, but no, I read Credence first.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And what is your favorite?
My favorite is Kill Switch.
Okay.
By Penelope Douglas.
So, Birthday Girl, if you have not heard me talk about it, is the most delicious taboo age gap out there. I love it so much. So, this is about Jordan. She has, I could talk for hours about this book. Her and her boyfriend live with Pike, who is her boyfriend's dad. They don't have a great relationship, and Pike is very disappointed in the son he has and how he treats Jordan. And Jordan and Pike are gonna. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody knows this book, right?
I know. And I think with Credence, a lot of people do, because this is also really popular on TikTok. But basically, this is about a heroine who goes to live with her step uncle, who she has never even met. Like, there's no relationship. It is a step uncle, no blood, and his 2 boys in the mountains in Colorado. After her parents die, they get snowed in. Situations happen. And contrary to popular belief, it is not a why choose, because a choice happens. So, no, but so good. And then Kill Switch.
She does spend a lot of the book in a why choose situation.
She does, but it is not a why choose story. So then Kill Switch is the 3rd book in the Devil's Night series. This is about a blind ballerina and the man who is out for revenge and forces her to marry him. He is very unhinged and crazy, and I love this one so much. Okay, next.
Okay. TL Swan. I read 6.
I've read 8. What was your first?
Mr. Masters.
My first was actually Dr. Stanton.
Really?
Yeah. So what's your favorite? I know already, but
Dr. Stanton.
Uh-huh. And my favorite.
I love him.
My favorite is Our Way by T.L. Swan. Okay,
I have to read that still.
Mm-hmm. So what's Mr. Masters about?
Mr. Masters is about a woman who applies to be a nanny, but she really has no qualifications. So she kind of fudges it. She gets hired to be the nanny for this family, and somehow there's like a mix up, and she believes that she's going to be the nanny to a single mom, but it's not a single mom, it's a single dad, but nobody really knows what's happened to the mom. And she's there, the 2 of them have feelings for each other, so they start like having rendezvous in a hotel to separate the whole thing, and I just love it. It's delicious.
Yeah. Okay, and Dr. Stanton?
You don't want to talk about Dr. Stanton?
No, I mean, I can.
I love Dr. Stanton.
Dr. Stanton is a secret baby. There is a situation where they meet in Vegas at the beginning of the book. They don't exchange any information. They refer to each other as husband and wife because she's trying to get rid of a creeper. And they go their separate ways. She finds out she's pregnant and she cannot find him at all. She tries. She really tries. And then a handful of years later, she comes back to wherever he's at. I can't remember where it is, but she gets an internship as it's her residency as a doctor, and the doctor who is in charge is Dr. Stanton. So that is who she answers to. And then it's Mandy's favorite. And then Our Way by T.L. Swan is about a set of best friend couple, best friend, like girl and guy are best friends, and she's always believed that he is gay. And he's always believed that he is gay, and then he sees her changing one day and gets things stand up to attention, and he realizes that maybe he's not fully gay, maybe he's bi, and things go from there. And it was amazing as well. It was very angsty too. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
Corinne Michaels.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I know. Mandy loves Corinne. I remember the first Corinne Michaels book I ever read back in 2020. I remember picking it up. I can still tell you for word. So my first
hold on, how many have you read?
Oh, I've read 13.
I've read 17.
Okay. All right. So my first Corinne Michaels is Come Back for Me.
Mine too.
Was it?
Yes, because you told me you have to read this book.
Okay. So Come Back for Me is another secret baby situation. Our heroine moved away, had a relationship with a guy here in the small town. Now she's moved back, and her little girl befriends him before she does, if I remember right, before she sees him again. But again, it's been 2020. You might remember more about it than I do, but I just remember the opening scene where she meets him.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a divorcee situation, I think.
I thought she had a son.
I thought it was a girl, but I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. It's been a while. Like,
yeah, it's been a hot minute.
I've read it, but I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, so good. I think I know the answer to this one, but what is your favorite Corinne Michaels?
My favorite is Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels. This is when I realized how much I love amnesia wrecks.
Okay.
Like the amnesia trope, I mean.
Yeah. Mine is Say You'll Stay. Have you read this one yet?
I thought so.
Okay. All right. So tell them what Help Me Remember is about, and I'll tell them what Say You'll Stay is about.
Well, then I'll know for sure. I mean, I did read 17 of her books, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
Okay, Help Me Remember. She is a witness to her brother's murder, and she wakes up in the hospital and cannot remember anything for the last couple of years. So she still thinks she's with her previous boyfriend, and the doctors basically say let her memories come back, and the police are like, you cannot lead her to believe anything. And so her brother's friend Spencer he was an investigative reporter, so he's kind of staying with her because they don't really know what happened with this murder. And so he's staying with her kind of to protect her as well. And he is spending a lot of time with her, and she's starting to realize that maybe she doesn't want to know her life before. Mm-hmm. And then she finds an engagement ring that she doesn't know who gave it to her.
Okay.
Love this one so much.
Okay, so Say You'll Stay. I'm going to say check your triggers. And it's weird to say that for a Corinne Michaels book, but I really think that you need to in this one because this deals with unaliving yourself in this one. That does happen. So this is about our heroine who is from the small town in Tennessee. I think it was Tennessee. Yep, Tennessee. And her boyfriend got on a bus and left her 17 years prior, and went to go, I think it was a baseball player, if I remember right. It's been years. But got on this bus and left her. And so she moved on. She moved away from the small town. She got married. She's got 2 boys. Her husband ends up committing the thing that we can't say because we'll get demonetized, the unaliving of himself. And then when that happens, she's penniless and alone with her 2 boys. And so she moves back home to the family farm or family ranch or family area in the small town and runs into the guy who left her 17 years ago.
I have not read that, but now I have something to go do as soon as we're done with this. I don't know how I've read that one yet.
Exactly.
Corinne has a lot of books out though, so.
She does. A lot of great books.
This is good for
Okay.
me, though. This is reminding me of a lot of books that I need to go
That
back
you want to
and read.
read? Okay. Next.
Okay, next is Pam Godwin. I've read 17.
Read 27.
Is that everything she's written?
Almost. I think there's 2 that I haven't
You're
read.
missing 2? Okay, well, now
Well,
you
it's her
just want me to go read 2.
her Dead of Eve, the trilogy. I haven't read the last 2 because somebody spoiled what happens in the second book for me, so I haven't done that yet.
And that's
I'm
it.
hoping to forget it so that I can read it.
But you're so bitter about it that I don't know that you're going to like forget.
No, it's so sad. Okay, anyhow, what was your first Pam Godwin book?
Okay, my first Pam Godwin book is Dark Notes, which to my horror, I thought I owned. So I need to get that before we go to BB4E because I want a copy of it and I want it signed by her.
Yeah. So
I don't know why I thought I owned it. I just thought I did.
I don't know. So I thought that my first one would be Dark Notes, but I went back to look because, again, I read these in 2020. This has been a long time. It wasn't. It was Sea of Ruin was my first Pam Godwin book. So tell them about Dark Notes. I'll tell about Sea of Ruin, and then we'll talk about our favorite.
Okay, it's been a while since I've read Dark Notes, but she is a piano student at it's a high school,
it's
right?
a high school, but it's like for gifted students.
Yes, musically gifted students. And so she's there and she is in a horrible, horrible environment. And it's like when I first read this, I was like, I can't read this, Jessica. And she's like, just keep reading it.
I say that all the time.
It's hard to read about her home life. And she has a teacher who really takes to her and wants better for her and is very worried about the life that she's in and wants to help her. But then that also turns into them both wanting more.
Yeah,
so much.
So good. So good. Okay, so then Sea of Ruin is this is a historical pirate romance with our pirate is our heroine. And the pirate hunter who captures her and takes her captive is the hero, but that's not everything. She is also married, and there is another guy, and there is another situation happening. So
it's wild.
It's amazing. Okay, so what is your favorite Pam Godwin?
My favorite is going to be the Frozen Fate trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, is there any question of being the beta reader and the Alaska girl with this? There was no question.
I love Dark Notes, but I feel like this whole trilogy definitely.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, this is the start of a trilogy. So you got to read all 3, and they are pretty big books. Audio's out for all 3 now, but this is about Frankie, who lives in Sitka. She is a nurse, and she's married, and she and her husband have a big argument. And later that night, she is abducted by a guy and taken to the Arctic Circle because he wants to have her there for his boys, who are grown men in the Arctic Circle, and nothing is as it seems. There are so many twists and turns. It's a captive, but like on the edge of your seat the whole time.
You never know who you should be like for or against until there's one particular moment where you do get very good clarity, but I think that comes in like a later book.
It does.
On who you do not want to be rooting for, but then everybody else you're still so confused. And
I can also say that Pam did Alaska very well. She did her research like you wouldn't believe. So
keep your clothes on.
I'm trying to keep it off my burnt shoulders. Okay, who's next?
You need to get a spaghetti strap tank top that's like really thin and then use some of that like boob tape to keep it like right in place.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, I don't have to use that on my boobs. My boobs don't move. But to keep the straps in place, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. C.R. Jane, I've read 6.
I've read 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think our first one's probably going to be the same. Maybe not. I don't know. My first one is The Pucking Wrong Number.
Mine too.
Okay. All right.
Different covers. Look at that.
Yeah, I have the special one from her. So this is her dark hockey series.
I have the out of print man cover.
I have that somewhere too. But love this dark hockey. He makes a wrong number. He calls the wrong number. He texts. And then he ends up, once he realizes the wrong number, he ends up having her go out with him or something. He talks her into it or something.
Yeah, if I remember it. They keep texting. I love the texting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite C.R. Jane?
My favorite is The Pucking Wrong Date.
Okay, mine honestly is Ruining Dahlia. which is her
Okay,
mafia.
so I keep wanting, like, we go to a lot of book events that she's at, and she always has this gorgeous cover for that,
Oh,
and
it's
I
gorgeous.
love the
Yeah.
cover, and I think I need to get this from her. And then I'm like, why haven't I bought it? And then I'm like, oh. And then I read what it's about, and I'm like, that's why I haven't got it. But I think I just need to bite the bullet and buy the book, even
Yeah.
if I never read it, because the cover's so pretty.
Cover's gorgeous that she has. Okay, so what is the Pucking Wrong Date?
Okay, so this is part of the Pucking series, and as you get going in the books, there becomes this circle of trust, and the guys, like Sarah Jane, really knows that the guy's relationship is really what's making this series. Like it's almost like their love life is almost like a second thought to how much people love the circle of trust and all of that. And so in this one, we really see a lot of the guys bonding and the back and forth and the banter, and I just love it. But this one is also the one where she has been in a situation to sum it up very quickly, a very similar situation to Britney Spears, and Walker is going to get her out of that situation no matter what, because he loves her, and again, these boys will do whatever it takes. So it was really, like, I love this one just because I am a Britney Spears fan, and so, like, what happened, like, I'm not wild crazy Britney Spears fan, but what happened to Britney Spears wasn't okay. And so I, like, it just kind of resonated a little bit with me reading this story, so that's why I picked it. But honestly, the whole series is phenomenal, and I could easily say any of them are my favorite. There weren't any where I was like, oh, this isn't my favorite, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I loved them all. Okay.
Okay, so Ruining Dahlia is a part of the Mafia War series. So this is, I think there's 6 books in this series, and they're all written by different authors, but there is a reading order. I read out of order. You don't have to read in order. Basically, the whole premise behind all of these books is all of what?
You're rebellious.
I'm rebellious. They're all why choose, by the way. They're all why choose Mafia, which doesn't always work for me, but in this one it did. So the premise of the book is that in they had like this big meeting. All the heads of the mafia families from all over the world had a big meeting 10 years before the book starts. And they decided that in order to be successful and in order to stop all of the mafia wars, they would marry off, the heads of the mafia all had daughters, and they would marry their daughters off to the sons of the head of the mafia. So basically they put all the girls' names in a fishbowl, and it went around, you chose a name, and that is who you were married off to and paired up with. And so it takes place 10 years later because the youngest was only 8 at the time, and they wanted them to be of age before this happened. So each of these girls goes into this marriage thinking they're marrying one guy, but it turns out there's multiple that show up, and there's reasons for it, and everyone is amazing. Not every book is amazing because there's some authors I just didn't care for in the series, but this one is my favorite out of all of them. This one and the first one were amazing. So there you go.
All right.
Okay, who's next?
Okay, Cora Reilly, I've read 16.
I've read 22 of her books.
You've read how many?
22.
22? Okay. How many how many are you missing? Or is that all of them?
Only a couple. I think she has some from before her Mafia stuff that I haven't got to.
Okay. So my first was Sweet Temptation. Because you told me to read it.
Sweet Temptation was my first. So this is a nanny. No, it's not really a nanny. It is about a hero. Our hero's wife dies. He has got 2 little kids. She basically is pulled in like a nanny. 2 little kids at home. The youngest one is under a year, and he needs help. And so he doesn't want to get remarried, but basically in the mafia, he's being forced to get remarried. And so he marries our heroine, who is Julia, and he has to wait for her to turn 18. They get married the day after her 18th birthday, which is a few months down the road. And then she is thrown into this situation where she has to be a wife and a mother to a guy who's in his 30s. And it's like, it's a whole thing. Love this story so much. It got me started in the whole like Cora Reilly craziness. So, okay.
So what's your favorite?
My favorite is Twisted Emotions. What's yours?
Really? You don't know?
I do know. I'm waiting for it to pop up.
Okay. Luca?
Luca. Okay. So Twisted Emotions is the second book in the Cumorah Chronicles, which is the spinoff of Bound in Blood. But this is about our heroine who was raped when she was really young. And so she has a lot of trauma behind that. And she is being forced into a marriage. She's Italian, so she's in the Italian mafia. She's being forced into a marriage with the Cumorah. and she gets Nino, who has he has no feelings at all, and it's quite the journey. It's a little bit different than most mafia books because of that. So, and Luca.
Oh, I love Luca. So this starts off pretty much the mafia world, actually, of Cora Reilly's. It's the first book is Bound by Honor, which is Aria's story, and Luca is who she is for arranged marriage to marry. And she has been raised in this world, so she is like the dutiful daughter who is like, I'm going to go and marry him. I will not cause a fuss. I'm going to do my best to honor this, and I really want a real marriage. I'm going to work really hard at that. Well, Luca just assumes that she's coming because she has to, and they're not going to have a real marriage, and he's going to do what mafia men do. And so we see Aria's version of events in her book. I read this in tandem with Bound by Honor, and I just loved reading Luca's side of everything and his relationship with his brother. I just loved it so much. So Luca will forever be my favorite mafia man.
Okay.
No one will ever take his place.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
Calia Read.
Okay, I read 9 of Calia's books. How many have you read?
10.
Okay. Yeah,
I think I have 3 left that I haven't read, and they're on my shelf. Yeah. I need to do that.
Okay, so I think we're going to probably have the same first book.
Yes.
The Surviving Trace.
Yes, The Surviving Trace.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, because this is my favorite book of all time, this is about our heroine who is basically from our world, from our time, and she finds a picture of this guy on a plantation, like an old plantation house, from the early 1900s, and she becomes obsessed with this one guy. There's like 4 guys on the porch that she sees a picture. She becomes obsessed with this picture to the point where she travels back in time, basically to the early 1900s. And when she gets there, this guy knows her name. Everybody knows who she is. And the guy insists that he is her husband, and that is Etienne. And he's like, no, we're husband and wife. And they hate each other, the wife. And she's like, I'm not her. So good. So freaking good. And that is a really short synopsis of that one, but it is so good. Favorite book of all time. It's a trilogy. What is your favorite Calia Read book?
So I love all of her books, so this was hard for me, and I figured you were going to pick The Surviving Trace as your favorite book by her. So I decided to go with Unravel, which is like a kind of a psychological romantic thriller. So Naomi is in the mental hospital, and can we really trust anything that she is going to tell us, because she is in a mental hospital? And if you like a psychological thriller, definitely pick up Unravel and Unhinged. They're so incredibly good, but I don't really want to give much away because there's like it's hard to talk about psychological thrillers without having spoilers. Yeah. So she is there. Yeah. And she's like questioning what's going on. So even though we know we maybe can't trust her, she's also questioning like what she thinks is actually happening.
Yeah. And they are romances. There is romance in both of them.
Yes, those 2. She does have Figure 8, which I also love, but it does not have a conventional romantic. Yeah.
And
why like is Tia not catching on? It's so much easier than saying HEA.
Okay. Well, and Mandy already said my favorite Cora Reilly is still The Surviving Trace. It will always be the top. So
Calia Read.
Dang it! Why do we put Cora's name in front of Calia's? That just messes me up. Yes, my favorite Calia book. Sorry, Calia.
Okay. So next we have Kay Webster. She, out of our combined, the ones we're doing together, not my all-time, but just these ones, she is the one I've read the most, and I have 19 of her books, which doesn't even make a dent because she writes like so much.
Yeah, I have 29 of her books written. So I do think she has the most of all the books I've read. Yeah, on our combined. So yeah. So what was your very first Kay Webster book?
My very first Kay Webster book was Wild, because you sent this to me and told me to read it. Yeah. And I had just started like obsessively reading, and you're like, you have to read this, and you like ordered it and it showed up and I read it, and oh gosh.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, this is an extremely taboo romance where nothing is as it seems as well. But this is about our heroine who moves to Alaska with her dad and her mom. And an accident happens where the mom meets her demise and she is left stranded in the wilderness in Alaska with her father. And crap happens. Okay, so what is your favorite?
My favorite is The Teacher of Nothing.
My favorite is still Wild. It will always be The Wild. So, okay, so what is The Teacher of Nothing?
The Teacher of Nothing is, he is a teacher at the high school, and his dad did him dirty and married his high school sweetheart. Like, his high school sweetheart, not the dad's, his high school sweetheart, Jamie. And he is now in his 30s. And his younger brother and sister that are his ex-girlfriend's kids with his dad are now in high school. And he's struggled. He's not been able to get over this. And there's a girl in this class that he kind of takes a liking to, and things just go very K. Webster from there.
Very K. Webster from there. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So good.
Awesome.
I love a good age gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next we have Daisy Jane. I've read 14.
I've read 7.
Okay.
And that's including her Amber Hughes, where she wrote 2 books under Amber Hughes. Because that's still Daisy Jane, and I included that.
I've read 16.
Okay, there you go. You forgot to include those.
No, I've read 15 because I didn't read the other one yet. I still need to do that. I've been waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep waiting.
So my first was The Other Brother.
My first was The Wild One.
Okay. So The Other Brother is about... This is where all my real taboo age gap stuff is just really shining. So her father has recently died. And so she goes to live with her dad's best friend, who she has been raised with as like he's her uncle. He has some serious PTSD and he's having a hard time helping her manage her PTSD. And he doesn't handle the situation well. And so he takes her to his brother's house, who is a psychologist who she doesn't even really know. Like they're kind of estranged to some degree. And he basically takes her there and tells his brother, like, hey, I can't do this. And he leaves. And his brother is like horrified. Like, this poor girl has been through so much. And so he decides like he has to try and help her and make the best of the situation, while like really falling for her.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Okay.
The Wild One is a reverse age gap where it's also a single mom. And she's got a baby. She's got a really little one. And he is a blue-collared worker, and their meet cute is absolutely hilarious. And it's just a great book. There is lactation kink, and it is awesome. So read it, listen to it.
Mm-hmm. And your favorite Daisy Jane?
Really? Where There's a Will by Amber Hughes, Daisy Jane. Dark Cowboy. What's yours?
Okay, this is the only time I'm going to pull this in this video, okay?
Oh, for crying out loud. Would you pull all the books? Okay, these synopsises better be like 2 lines.
Okay, so The Other Brother is my first, but it's also like one of my favorites of hers. All My Love, she's a female stalker, but they're like neighbors, and she's only doing it because they are soulmates. Yes. And she just needs to prepare everything so when he finally realizes they should be together, he is ready for her. So it is perfectly acceptable that she sneaks into his house when he's gone and like goes through his laundry and licks his spoons. Yeah. And then Big Daddy, he is his daughter's, it's Big Daddy and his daughter's best friend. I'll do very quick, like, that's all you need to know. But I love all 3 of them, and I couldn't pick. And this is the only time I'll pull that, I promise, on the screen.
Okay, so Where There's a Will is a dark cowboy captor captive mute heroine situation where he becomes the captive. And it's not by her, it's by somebody else, but he is the captive. They were childhood sweethearts that were separated. And when he finds her again, she doesn't talk and something is wrong. And he's also a captive. So, loved it, obviously. Okay, next.
Okay. So, Kylie Scott. I've read 8.
Read 11.
Okay.
Okay. So, what was your first?
Pause.
Mine was Lick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I read it back in 2020. So don't ask me too much. I know it's a rock star romance. I think it's like an accidental marriage, maybe in Vegas kind of thing. He's a rock star, she's not. And that's pretty much all I remember about it. So
yeah, she panics that they're married, and he almost is pissed that she doesn't want to be married.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was good. It's a little bit different than your typical oopsie, we got married in Vegas.
Yeah. And what'd you say yours was, your first one?
My first was Pause, which is a romantic suspense. And I really should have read it after I read Repeat. Mm-hmm. Repeat is my favorite, so I'm going to talk about Repeat. And then Pause, it continues like kind of the romantic suspense story.
Well, and Pause is my favorite, but I don't remember much about it. I just know that I marked it as my favorite because it's the one I gave the highest score to. So while I plug in my phone, you tell everybody what both of those books are about.
Okay, so Repeat is about this woman who has amnesia and she can't place things in her life, and she has this tattoo, and she figures out somehow where the tattoo shop is. So she goes to the tattoo shop and is immediately meted with this guy who's like, get the out of here. I don't want to see you. And she's like, but who are you? And he is hot and livid about her. And she has to try and explain to him that she has amnesia and has no idea who he is. And there's like this whole romantic suspense element to what's going on. And Pause is like another couple at the tattoo shop. So it's interconnected. Really good if you like the amnesia trope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, who's next?
Carian Cole.
Okay, so I've read 8 of Carian's books.
I read 11.
Okay, so my first Carian Cole was probably the same as your first Carian Cole. And this was Torn. Back in the day. Or was I...
Noelle says hi.
Hi, Noelle.
Yes, mine was Torn.
Would you like to tell the lovely people what Torn is about? Because I know you love this book.
Read it.
I did tell you to read it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, this whole theme is like college.
Uh-huh.
So this is age gap, and this is like really taboo. Kenzie is born to teenage parents who are in a band with Tor, and they're 15 when they have her. They're like very young. And so Tor ends up not being able to go on tour with them like they are. And Tor ends up kind of spending a lot of his time with Kenzie. And him and Kenzie are often described as like two souls, like the same soul almost, like that sort of thing. And as she gets older, she starts to fall hard for Tor. And Tor falls for her after she's of age. And
Noelle.
And it really, I loved it, but it is taboo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
It's so good.
Okay. So what's your favorite? I mean, I know the answer to this, but tell the lovely people what your favorite Carian Cole is.
My favorite is Don't Kiss the Bride.
Okay. My favorite is No Tomorrow.
Oh, No Tomorrow's really good too. This is another one where it was really hard, but I do have a clear favorite.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so No Tomorrow is about a young girl who falls in love with and gives her virginity to a homeless musician. And there's just so much that happens. This is told in 2 different parts. It is a second chance romance situation, but that's all I'm going to tell you about it, because really, that's it.
Okay.
Why does Noelle want to show everybody her butt? That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
I don't know what she's doing. I can take her somewhere else.
It's all good. Tell us about the book.
Okay, so Don't Kiss the Bride. It's another age gap. Taboo. It's so good. So our heroine her mom is a hoarder, and she's in high school, she's a senior, and she has like a private, like her own bedroom window that she comes and goes from, and she's barricaded her room from the rest of the house because of how bad her mom is a hoarder. And she has some health problems. She faints in front of Lucky, and he's a construction worker. He's doing construction like nearby the school, the high school, and he sees her and he goes and tries, just like what anybody would do, and goes and tries to help her. And a really quick synopsis, he ends up offering to, because he's trying to atone from some things himself, he ends up offering to let her come live with him when he finds out what's going on, and for them to get married so she can have health insurance. And because her situation is so dire, she agrees. And the only rule is don't kiss the bride.
Mm-hmm.
Sarina Bowen.
All right. So I've read 17 of Sarina Bowen's books.
Wow. I've read 7.
Well, I mean, I started reading her in 2020 and I picked up her hockey series. And there's a lot of books in that hockey series. And there's more now than there was then. And it's what I did for about a week. So anyhow, okay, so what was your first Sarina Bowen book?
Rookie Move.
Same, Rookie Move.
Oh, thank goodness, because I'm having a hard time remembering what it was about.
So this is the start of her hockey series, her Brooklyn Bruisers hockey series. This is about Leo Trevi. He is the rookie who is brought in. He is still trying to get over a relationship that ended 6 years prior. And when he gets, he's been brought up to the... Yeah, I know. He's been brought up to the NHL. And when he gets there, he finds out that his coach is the father to the girl who broke his heart. Oh, and by the way, she's also the publicist for the team. So he's going to have to work with her. And she has some trauma. They actually broke up 6 years ago. And the same night that they broke up, she was assaulted. And so she has trauma from that. And it's a whole thing, obviously. But that is their story. So, okay. And your favorite?
My favorite is The 5-Year Lie. This is a thriller romance. She believes that I can't remember if he was her fiance or not, but she believes that where is it? Oh, he's the only man she's ever loved. And she gets a text one day from him 5 years later, after he's completely disappeared off the face of the earth. And she's never, it's a psychological thriller. She's not been able to figure out what happened. He just basically disappeared out of her life. She has a son, and she gets this text, and she has to figure out what she's going to do with that information.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
That was a very fast synopsis for this one.
So my favorite is Bountiful. This is actually a crossover where it melds the Brooklyn Bruisers with her True North series, which is her small town series. And this is about our hero, who is one of the Brooklyn Bruisers, and he goes to this place in Vermont where he meets a bartender. They have a one-night stand, and then he doesn't come back the following year, but it's like 2 years later when he goes to see her again, because he really likes spending time with her. He spent all summer with her. He goes back and finds out that she's no longer bartending. She owns a cafe, but she also has his daughter. So that's their story. I love a secret baby. But they didn't exchange names. There's a reason for it.
I know you love Secret Baby.
I do.
Okay, next is J.T. Geissinger.
Okay. I've read 8 of her books.
I've read 5.
Okay. So my first J.T. Geissinger was Beautifully Cruel.
Mine was Ruthless Creatures.
Okay. I don't remember a daggone thing about Beautifully Cruel at all. It's mafia. I don't remember anything. Sorry. Just don't. Okay, so since I don't remember anything about mine, tell me about yours.
Okay. This is just total irony, but Ruthless Creatures is about a woman whose fiance disappeared 5 years ago without a trace. And then she gets a new neighbor who suddenly is very interested in her fiance and her.
Yeah. Okay, so my favorite JT Geissinger is Savage Hearts, which is the third book in that beautifully. Well,
Really?
that one, yeah, it's the third one. And it's where our heroine is basically kidnapped by the hero. It is captive mafia, and he keeps her. I don't remember much more than that. I just remember that whole scene. She is quite the heroine too. Like, she's got quite the personality. What's yours?
Pen Pal.
I figured. Yeah.
I love this one so much. It's really good.
Uh-huh.
Obviously. It was very emotional for me.
Yeah.
And it's about a woman whose husband has passed away, and she starts getting letters from somebody at the penitentiary. And yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you. I will note that this does have a different HEA.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was great. It was amazing. Okay. Next.
Karen Crompton.
I read 8 of Karen's books. 5 of Karen's books. I had to do some math.
Okay, because Karen's wrote 7 books.
Yeah. But 5.
Like, if you read 8, she doesn't even have 8. Like, is she secretly writing just for you?
No, and I'm in the middle of one right now, and I'm counting it. So, because it'll be right before we do our 1-minute book recs. But yes, okay. I must have, because what I did was I copied and pasted, for my one of my other authors down, and I must have messed up the number. Oops. Okay, anyhow.
Okay, I was like, do I need to recount? I'm pretty sure I got this right.
No, because that's why I was able to count that in my head, because I just knew. Okay, so what was your first Karen Crompton book?
Okay, my first Karen Crompton book was Hellbent.
Okay, mine was The Winter Before.
Okay, so in Hellbent, we have Beau. He is just, if you like a YA bad boy, this is the book for you. So he is a surfer, and Corey is just like the good girl. Like, this is just the bad boy good girl, but there's so much more depth to this than just the surface level. It is so incredibly good. And we're trying to do quick ones on here, but
okay,
so much more than that.
So The Winter Before is about our hero Isaac, who is a recluse, and he lives in this small town, and he went through something traumatic, and he shut himself away. And then you have Olivia, who is a school teacher who actually went to school with Isaac, and she moves into this house next door to him out in the middle of nowhere, and basically forces herself into a friendship with him, whether he likes it or not. And I loved this one. Isaac, oh, he's such a sweetheart. Like, you should just be protecting Isaac. So what's your favorite, Karen?
Okay, so just as a little side note, when I did this, I just went off of my gut feeling when I was looking at these books. Like, this is actually my favorite type situation. So if you go and watch any of our videos where we've rank order our top of the year or any of that, I might be out of order on these, specifically Karen's, but it was just kind of this was my, I feel like this is my favorite, but I may have rank ordered them differently at some point in time, because as anybody who's watched our show, I can't make up my mind. So my favorite, I believe, is Echoes of Him.
Lyrics of Her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have the first book in the series. I have the third book, which as of this moment is the last. It's not the last book in the series, so that's confusing. No, it's the last one out in the series. We're waiting for the next book.
Yeah. Okay, so
maybe
lyrics
patiently, maybe not, Karen.
Yeah, Karen. So Lyrics of Her is the
start. With love, by the way.
Very much
Karen's
a lot of love. All the love.
Karen's a friend. I just want to point that out.
So Lyrics of Her is the start of the Rockstar romance series that Karen has. And this is Reed's book. Oh, Daddy Reed. Okay, so Reed is the lead singer of Cold Neptune, which is the rock band. And there is our heroine, who is Brindley, who is a songwriter, but she is very unknown, and she accuses Reed of stealing her songs. and that leads to so much. But he has the whole calm your tits tink thing in here, and that does it for me. I love when he says that because he calls her Tinkerbell. So calm your tits tink. But this is like, how do you get a romance out of I'm taking you to court and suing you because you stole my music? And he's like, what? Come again? I write all my songs. So your turn.
Okay, so Echoes of Him is Kale's story. Kale's in the same band, but Kale, we see in the first 2 books, is a drinker, and his partying ways have really gotten out of control, and he's basically told, we care about you so much, dude, you gotta get help, you gotta go to rehab, or you're out of the band. And so he goes to rehab, and it's like an inpatient rehab type situation. And Sienna is his therapist, and he is used to giving those one-liners and women just flocking at him. And Sienna could care less that he's in a rock band, and she could care less the pickup lines he tries to use. Like, the flattery is just not working with her. And that really starts to actually intrigue Kale on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And I think you said that was book 3, but that is book 2. I think earlier when you started, you said book 3.
Yeah, I did, because I put it in the wrong order on my shelf.
Yeah.
Whispers of Us is book 3. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, just so that nobody gets confused out there.
No, I messed that up. My apologies.
Okay. It's all good. I kept thinking, I was looking at it, I was like, wait, I don't think that's
you're
3.
right.
But yeah, no, it's number 2. Okay, so who's next?
I would have probably remembered after we finished the video and had a mass panic attack. So
a little bit, and you would have called me, and it would have been a thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next.
Okay, next is Liz Hambleton.
Okay, so I have read 8 of Liz's books. There's only 2 books of hers I haven't read.
I've read 5 of her books, and one of my 5 is one you have never read.
Yes. Which one is that?
I
know which one it is. I know which one it is. Yeah, the letter one. Yep.
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize there was going to be a quiz along with
I was just questioning. I was like, wait, which one? And now I remember. Okay, so my first Liz Hambleton book was The Third Storm.
Mine too.
Okay, so The Third Storm is the start of a polka. So The Third Storm is a post-apocalyptic romance where our heroine there's like all these storms that are ravaging the world, and our heroine has custody of her 2 5-year-old nephews, Bo and Lewis, and they are racing to get to these boats that are supposed to keep everybody safe. She has a ticket onto this boat because she's pretending to be a woman who was in the military because it is run by the military. She has to tell them that she is this person. This person also has a husband and 2 sons, and along the way, they find Sam, who is conscious and in a ditch, and she tells them that Sam is her husband when she gets there, but the person who got them on the boat is her ex-fiance, and it is a whole thing. So, there you go. Okay, so your favorite.
My favorite, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be yours, but you could throw me a loop and it not be. But Caitlin Can't Die. Oh, yeah. I should have known that.
Yeah. Okay, Caitlin Can't Die. Caitlin Can't Die is a very close second. I love Caitlin Can't Die.
Yeah, so this is also post-apocalyptic. Caitlin is trying to survive, and it's very realistic post-apocalyptic. Like, she has to try and find some tampons, and things keep happening to her during this time because it's like a zombie type post-apocalyptic world, and things keep happening, and she's like, how have I not died yet? Like, it's that sort of thing. And she gets she's like wounded greatly, and she's basically like, this is it. And she sits down by this tree, and then these 2 guys find her and basically drag her along with them. And this is that story. I really, really enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the quick version.
That's the quick version. It's about. Yeah. Okay, our last author.
Our last offer. We're going to offer up some stuff. No, our last author is Kate Rivenhall, or Kate Raven. She writes under both names. And I did do this one correctly. So I have 6 total Kate books.
I have 7 total Kate books.
Okay. So your first
is the same as you.
Okay, the Eclipse Ritual.
The Eclipse Ritual.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this again is dystopian, post-apocalyptic dystopian. It's a cult situation. It's a sibling situation, and I don't even know what else to say about it. It has been banned on Amazon, so you do have to get this from her from either Eden Books or her Etsy shop that she has. But oh my gosh, so good, so good for Taboo. Okay, so your favorite.
My favorite is Such a Good Guy. Really close with Eclipse Ritual though.
I struggled with them because I love the bully, which is under her Kate Raven name, but this is where it started, and I love this book so much. So I'm sticking with this as my favorite. So tell us about Such a Good Guy.
Okay, Such a Good Guy. He has been in love with her, and he is her brother's best friend, and he really, really wants her, and he will do whatever it takes to make her like him.
Mm-hmm.
And he will stop. There's no line he won't cross.
No.
But he's such a good guy.
Such a good guy.
And maybe he's going to hide her visa so she can't leave.
Such a good guy. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's it. So this is a little bit different, but I liked this. This was fun.
I enjoyed it too. It was a lot of fun. So
it was a lot of fun.
We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we look forward to bringing you a couple more of these videos sometime this summer. Yeah. And make sure you check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us, and sometimes Wednesdays. And like and comment below. And if you haven't subscribed, we'd love it if you would.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.